Hello and welcome to this Clamshell tutorial. Today, we're going to take a look at setting up your company in Clamshell. We're going to go over changing your company's information, changing settings for emails, managing users, managing permissions, and changing project defaults. Let's get started at Clamshell's main menu. From here, look for the Company Settings button in the sidebar. If you don't see this button, you probably don't have permission to view your company's settings. Ask your Clamshell administrator for this permission, or ask them to make the appropriate changes. Click the Company Settings button. The first sheet of information that shows up is some basic information about your company, including your company's name, address, and logo. Your company's name, address, and logo are included on all sorts of exported documents. We also see your company's resource code. Resource codes are 3-letter abbreviations that represent different companies that project work is assigned to. Your company's resource code is automatically included with new projects. To edit this information, click the Edit Company Info button. Make any required changes, and then click Save Changes. To edit the logo, click the Edit Company Logo button. Click Choose File to choose an image from your computer, and then click Upload to use the image as your new company logo. Next, let's review Clamshell's email settings. Clamshell can send a few different types of emails: to subcontractors, purchase order vendors, or project owners. To learn more about how to send these messages, check out our tutorials on the owner billing, the subcontractor billing, and purchase orders. Clamshell generates the emails that it sends using the below templates. Let's try editing the template for the email that gets sent to subcontractors. Clamshell support may have set up these templates for you, but for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to start with them blank. First, enter the from address for the emails. Clamshell won't send emails directly from this address, but it will CC this address when it does send emails, and it will direct replies back to this address. Next, let's move on to the subject line. The first thing we want in our subject line is the month of the payment application. Click the Insert menu above the subject line and select Month. Clamshell will automatically insert the billings month here when the email is sent. Now, we'd like to have the project name. Now that we've created our subject line, we can compose the rest of the message in the same fashion. You don't necessarily have to use all the drop-down options in your message. You can also use them twice. You can also use formatting in the message body. You can also change the name of the attached payment application and choose to include other attachments with the email. When you're done making changes, be sure to click Save Changes. Let's continue going down the Company Setup menu. Next, we'll check out Clamshell's time settings. This menu contains miscellaneous settings about how Clamshell handles time. First up is your company's time zone. Clamshell uses this to display times and dates, so ensure that it is correct. Clamshell also needs to know your company's pay period. Clamshell calculates how many pay periods are left in a project and displays this number on the General Conditions page. Enter the start and end date of any pay period, and Clamshell will loop it appropriately. For more information on the General Conditions, check out our General Conditions video tutorial. The final setting on this page is the Edit Session Expiration Duration. This setting controls how long project edit sessions last. For more information about project edit sessions, see our Preventing Editing Conflicts video. Like before, use the Edit button to edit any of these settings. The next menu is Clamshell Subscription. Here, you can see your Clamshell subscription status. Contact Clamshell support to manage your subscription. Next, let's see how to add, remove, and edit the users in your Clamshell company. You should create a user for each individual at your company that needs to log in to Clamshell. Never have multiple people share the same account. When multiple people use one user account, the password for the account has a greater chance of being leaked. You also don't know who is making changes to a project. Clamshell does not charge you for additional users, so you should always create one for every person at your company that needs to use Clamshell. To create a new user, click the New User button. Enter this person's email address. The user will use this email address to log in and to receive emails from Clamshell. Enter the user's first and last name. Enter the user's mobile phone number. Ensure that this is a valid cell phone number that can receive text messages. Clamshell uses this number to send security verification codes to your phone. The user must be able to receive these text messages in order to log in. Next, choose the user's role at your company. This setting affects which parts of Clamshell this new user can access. I'll have more information on roles in the next section of this video. Bob is a project manager at our company. Project managers can only view projects to which they've been assigned. We'll assign Bob to the Smith Entryway project. Once you've entered the user's information, click Create User. The user will be sent an invitation email at the address you provided. For information on logging in, see our Account Setup tutorial video. You can always edit or delete a user by clicking on the Edit button in their row. To delete the user, click Delete. You can reset a user's password by clicking the Reset Password button. Once you click the red Reset Password button, the user cannot log in until they reset their password using the link emailed to them. Great! Let's move on to the Roles menu. Roles are important for managing which users in your company have access to which sections of Clamshell. As we saw while adding a new user, each user is assigned a role, which determines the permissions they have in Clamshell. Let's view a role and see what it looks like. Let's take a look at the PM or Project Manager role that we just assigned to Bob. Here, we can edit the role's name, delete the role, and change which parts of Clamshell users with this role are allowed to edit. Each item here has a detailed description of what exactly it enables or disables, so be sure to read the text carefully. Some items may enable or disable other items, so watch for them to be grayed out. For example, I want to allow project managers at my company to view archived projects. I'll go to the User Can View Archived Projects checkbox under Project Archival. You'll notice that once I click this checkbox, other options regarding archived projects are enabled. If you need help with any of these settings, or you're trying to get a permission set up that you can't quite figure out, be sure to contact Clamshell support. I'm going to save changes to the Project Manager role. Now, project managers can access archived projects through the main menu. We can also edit new roles by clicking the New Role button. You'll need to choose an existing role to copy as the starting point for your new role. Your new role will start out exactly like this role until you make changes to it. I'm going to choose Project Manager. You can also choose No Starting Point to get a role with the fewest possible permissions. I'm going to call my new role PM2. I want this role to be exactly the same as PM, except that PM2s cannot view the project's margin report. Now, I'll click Create Role to create my new PM2 role. Our second to last configuration menu is the GC Resources, or the General Contractor Resources menu. These are the resources that are automatically created with new projects, and can be assigned to line items. Configuring these is just like setting up your project's subcontractors. See our video on Schedule of Values Setup for more information about this. Click Edit on CCC. This is the resource code for our company, Cobblestone Construction. This checkmark is important for managing how resources are treated on the margin report. When this checkbox is checked, new projects exclude this resource code from the margin report. This is important because we don't want to count items that have been assigned to our company or items that are yet to be determined toward our subcontractor costs. Our final menu is General Conditions. These general conditions are included on all new projects by default. For more information about the general conditions, see our General Conditions video. You can create a new default general condition by typing in the bottom row and clicking Add. To delete a default general condition, click the Delete button. That's it for company configuration settings. To get back to the main menu, click Main Menu. Thanks for following along in this tutorial. Be sure to check out the many other videos referenced to learn more about all of Clamshell's features.